Hi folks, it's good to be with you. Love to everybody out there. You can get me on jasonburnspreacher.com, Facebook and Twitter, and you can get me on Amazon, where I've written a number of books and edited a number of books on Islam and Christianity and atheism. It's good to be with you. We're looking at Mohammed Hijab and the Quran, and these things that I'm saying are from Samson Moon's debate with Shabi Ali, and I'm challenging Mohammed Hijab, the Muslim apologist, and I'm challenging Muslim apologists and Muslims to think about these things concerning the Quran. So we're looking at that the traditions in the early Islamic traditions show that the Quran has changed. So now, number 2, we look at surahs added or deleted. Sam Shimon says the Islamic traditions agree that certain Muslim reciters, including extra surahs not found in the present text of the Quran. For instance, Ubay ibn Ka'b was considered one of the best Muslim reciters, being dubbed the master of the Quranic reciters. Yet interestingly, Ka'b included 2 extra surahs which he exclaimed were part of the revelation. He writes, written in the text of Ubay ibn Ka'b were the Fatul Kitab, the opening surah, and the Moab Thatayina, forgive me for my pronunciation, the charmed surahs, and Aluma Ina Nasta Inka, the opening words of Suratul Kal, meaning, O Allah, we seek your help, and Alum Ayaka Nab Abud, the opening words of Suratul Aft, meaning, O Allah, we worship you. This is in Soyoto al-Itak fil Ulman al-Quran, page 153. So here, Sam Simon shares, Ka'b included 2 extra surahs. Okay, so the Quran that you have now, it's missing some surahs. Here are 2 surahs in the entirety. Surah Al-Aft, you alone we worship, and you alone we pray and lie prostrate, and you alone we proceed and have descendants. We fear for your torture and hope for your mercy. Truly your torture will overtake the infidels. Surah Al-Kaw, O Allah, you alone we ask for help and forgiveness. We speak appreciatively of your goodness. Never do we disbelieve you. We repudiate and disbelieve anyone who follows immorality. Interestingly, says Sam Shimon, Ubay was not the only one who included these surahs into his codex. According to Al-Suyuti, both Ibn Abbas and Abu Musa also included them in part of their text, Al-Itak, page 154. So these are extra surahs that have been lost, that are not in the Quran today, that were in Qurans in ancient times. And so the Muslim scholars, the Muslim apologists are lying to you about your ancient traditions. So some thoughts from Mohammed Hijab. Why are these surahs not part of the Quran today, seeing that Muslim reciters such as Ubay claim that God revealed them as part of the text? So that's a question for you, Mohammed Hijab. Another Muslim considered an authority in Quranic recitation was Abdul Imad Masud. Narrated, Masarik says, Abdullah bin Amr mentioned Abdullah bin Masud and said, I shall ever love that man, for I heard the Prophet saying, learn the Quran from 4, Abd bin Masud, Salim Mudad, and Ubay bin Ka'b. Bukhari, volume 6, book 61, number 521. Then we read, Masud made the following claim. Narrated Abdullah bin Masud, by Allah, other than whom none has the right to be worshipped. Here it is. There is no surah revealed in Allah's book, but I know at what place it was revealed, and there is no verse revealed in Allah's book, but I know about whom it was revealed. End of quote. And if I know that there is something who knows Allah's book better than I, and he is at the place that camels can reach, I would go to him. Bukhari, volume 6, book 61, number 524. Yet, in spite of his claiming to know the exact place each surah and verse was revealed, Masud not only rejected the 2 extra surahs of Ka'b, but omitted 3 additional chapters from his codex as well. Woo! You've got to study your own sources, Muslims. This is damning stuff. Imam Fakhruddin said that the reports in some of the ancient books of Ibn Masud denied that Suratul Fatih and the Mul with Atayani are part of the Quran are embarrassing in their implications. But the Qadi Abu Bakr said it is not soundly reported from him that they are not part of the Quran, and there is no record of such statement from him. He omitted them from his manuscripts as he did not approve of their being written. This does not mean he denied they were part of the Quran. In his view, the sunnah was that nothing should be inscribed in the text Musaf unless so commanded by the Prophet, in brackets so, and he had not heard that it had been so commanded, as the book is as Suyuti al-Itak fil Ulumi al-Quran, page 186. Now we read from John Gilchrist, Jam al-Quran, the Codification of the Quran, page 68. We read, Ibn Ajar al-Akalani, however, in his commentary on the Sahih of al-Bukhari, his famous Fath al-Bari, accepted these reports as sound, quoting authorities who stated that Ibn Masud would not include the two charm surahs in his manuscript, as Muhammad had, to his knowledge, only commanded that they be used as incantations against evil forces. He regarded the inset, the chain of transmitters for the record, as totally sound and attempted to harmonize the conflicting records instead, suggesting that Ibn Masud accepted the Fatih and Charm surahs as genuinely revealed, but was reluctant to inscribe them in his written text. So here's Quranic text that are accepted by some and rejected by some. So which is it? You know? Hence Masud excluded 3 surahs from his codex, implying that Masud's Quran only included 111 surahs, says Samsamon. Increasingly, Bukhari records that Masud and Ka'b were in disagreement over this very issue. Narrated by Ziyah bin Hubaysh, I asked Ubin ibn Ka'b, Ubin al-Mundari, your brother, Ibn Masud said so-and-so, i.e. the two Muawid do not belong to the Quran. Ubay said, I asked Allah's apostle about them, and he said, they have been revealed to me, and I have recited them as part of the Quran. So Ubay added, so we say, as Allah's apostle has said, Bukhari volume 6, 60, number 501. So there's contradictions there. 1 minute we've got this guy Masud, who says he knows everything about Allah's books, Muhammad's writing, and it stated that Muhammad said these verses, but he keeps them out. So there was a manuscript in the time of Masud that was 111 verses. Damning stuff, folks, damning stuff.